Yo guys, what's up? Welcome back. Today we're going to be reacting to more Madden 18 Ultimate Team ratings. The other day, EA, they went ahead, they released, like some of the best players in Ultimate Team. Today, they released every single player that's going to be in MUT on day one. So what I did is I put together a list of a bunch of players we're going to look at. I made sure I grabbed like one player from every team. We're pretty much going to be looking at like the best overall player from every single team. Also quickly, I do want to say, make sure you guys are following me on Twitter and Instagram. I am giving away like PSN codes, MSP codes, even Madden 18. I'll put a link to my Instagram and Twitter in the description. All you gotta do is be following me and you're literally entered in the giveaway. Now for this list, I am gonna be going in like ABC order of the NFL team. So first up, we got the Arizona Cardinals. I figured let's look at one of the best cornerbacks in the NFL. That's Patrick Peterson. Take a look at his stats. 87 speed, 88 man, 82 zone. It's a little low, but 88 press. Definitely good for day one. Another thing that jumped out at me was the 90 agility and the 90 jump. If a player on day one has stats in the 90, I've noticed like that's extremely good. And then 82 catching, not bad. After the Cardinals, we got the Atlanta Falcons who won the NFC last year. Obviously, we gotta look at the dynamic duo of Matt Ryan and Julio Jones. Matt Ryan's an 89 overall, so from what I've seen, he's tied for the third highest rated QB in the game. Now, I'm not gonna get too in depth on the stats, but right there, that's Matt Ryan's passing stats. Obviously, that 90 throw accuracy short, looking pretty good. Then we got Julio Jones. Julio Jones is, Julio Jones. 90 overall, he's one of like 10 core elite players that are in the 90s. 88 speed, 90 spec catch, 90 release. I mean, like, what else is there to say? From the Baltimore Ravens, we got, no else than Marshall Yanda. It seems like every year MUT comes out, Yanda's like the best O-lineman in the game. Now, from the Bills, the player I wanted to look at was Sammy Watkins. He is an elite, he's an 84 overall. So technically, that would have been a gold in last year's MUT. I'll be honest, I know Sammy Watkins was hurt last year, but I've seen where players like Rob Gronkowski, JJ Watt, they were out most of last year, but they still got pretty good cards. But again, that's just my opinion. Like, what do I know? Probably nothing. But 86 speed, 89 agility is good, but the 78 catch in traffic, and 81 spec catch, it just like kind of seemed low. When Sammy Watkins is healthy, he's obviously really good, but, this card. Now, we pretty much know what to expect from Cam. He's got pretty good speed, 78 speed. His throwing stats, they're kind of all over the place. The one thing that stuck out to me was 89 throw power. That is the best I've seen so far. So that kind of gets you excited. The dude could probably chuck the pigskin like 70 yards, but then you see he's got 72 throw deep. So yeah, he's probably going to throw it, 50, 60 yards. The only problem is that's going to be like 10 yards over the wide receiver's head. Then we got one of the best defensive players in the game. That's Luke Kuechly. Now, you look at this card, you see 80 speed, you're like, that's not very good. I will be honest though, for the other linebackers I've seen, 80 speed isn't terrible, but the thing that stands out to me is he's got 91 pursuit, 91 tackle, 91 awareness, 89 hit power, 91 play rec. I mean, obviously we expect Luke Kuechly to get one of the best cards in MUT, but like looking at it, it really it looks just really, really good. Next up, we got Jordan Howard from the Chicago Bears, 87 overall. He's got 84 speed, that's decent. But the thing I like about this card is he's got 88 truck, 88 stiff arm, 89 carry. So he's pretty much like good at everything. From the Bengals, we got AJ Green. Card obviously looks nice, 85 speed. He's got 88 spec catch, 89 jump, 6'4". The Cleveland Browns player we're going to be looking at is Joe Hayden. Now, Joe Hayden, like when MUT usually comes out, he's one of like the better cornerbacks. This year, it's not really looking like it. 83 speed, that's okay. 90 agility is good, but 79 man coverage, 78 zone coverage, 79 catching, that's lower than Luke Kuechly. Now, we looked at Ezekiel Elliott the other day, so today we're going to be looking at Dak Prescott, 76 speed, not bad, right there with Cam Newton. And then all his throwing stats, none of them are like good, but none of them are bad, so he's definitely pretty decent. Now, we looked at Von Miller the other day, so I figured we would look at Demaryius Thomas from the Broncos today. Now, all of his stats are pretty good. The one thing with him is 69 run block. That's like one of the best run blocks for wide receivers. The only problem with this card is if you look at his traits, which I'm not sure like how much that'll affect him, but it does say he drops wide open passes. From the Lions, one of my favorite players to use in MUT is Darius Slay. And again, the card looks really good. 88 speed, obviously good. 86 man, 85 zone, 85 play rack. So again, Darius Slay, probably one of the best corners in MUT to start off the year. And of course, from the Green Bay Packers, we're going to be looking at Aaron Rodgers. He's an 89 overall, so that does tie him with Matt Ryan. Now, we could make the argument that Aaron Rodgers is one of the most talented quarterbacks to ever play in the NFL. The card, 73 speed, 75 excel, but then all of his passing stats, they're all just like insane. We saw the other day Clowney has a pretty good card, and then the guy playing from the other side of him, JJ Watt, 90 overall, despite the injuries last year. Pretty much what you'd expect out of a JJ Watt card. Doesn't have the best speed, but all the other stats pretty much makes up for it. We have been getting a good look at a lot of quarterbacks, and honestly, this Andrew Luck card, like, he looks like one of the best quarterbacks in the game because he's got 77 speed, 79 excel, so he can obviously run. But then when you look at his passing stats, like, all of them are like pretty good. So he's not like the best quarterback in MUT day one, but he's definitely like a really good card. He may end up being one of those cards that's like half the price of Aaron Rodgers, but really like isn't that much worse when it comes to playing with him. Now this next card is definitely the one that kind of made people look twice. AJ Boye from the Houston Texans, signed down in Jacksonville, 90 overall. Now 84 speed, that's not crazy, but look at the coverage. He's got 90-man coverage, 91 zone, 91 press. Then we got Eric Berry from the Kansas City Chiefs. Now when you guys look at this card, you might not be like blown away, but I've been looking at like other free safeties and strong safeties, and overall this card's one of like the best ones in the game. So again, like looking at it, it doesn't look outstanding, but it's good. Based on the other cards, it's a good card. Now from the Chargers, this Joey Bosa card is another card that's going to make people look twice. On day one, this is going to be one of the best D linemen in the game. The player I wanted to look at from the Dolphins was obviously Jay Ajayi. He had a huge year last year. 83 speed, I can live with that, but I felt like his trucking should have been higher. Maybe that's just me. I saw him play a few times last year. He was definitely a monster. I thought maybe like his trucking should have been like an 85. 77 seems extremely low to me. From Minnesota, we're taking a look at Harrison Smith. 88 overall, that's not bad, but I just felt like as a whole, this card could have been better. 81 speed, definitely a little underwhelming. If you like bump that up to like 83 and then his zone coverage, maybe to like an 88. I'm surprised he doesn't really have any stats in the 90. I can't believe I'm saying this, but from the New England Patriots, we're going to be looking at Brandon Cooks. That definitely, gets me excited. The reason why I wanted to look at Brandon Cooks, I wanted to see, his speed compared to everyone else. 89 speed, going to be one of the best on day one. Now, when you think of the Saints, you obviously think of Drew Brees. 88 overall, card's looking pretty good. 90 throw accuracy short, and then his 89 play action, I believe is like one of the best on day one. And then from the Giants, looking at all the strong safeties, this is definitely the card I want. Landon Collins, 89 overall, pretty much does everything well. 90 pursuit, that's really big. 89 hit power, he's got 79 block shed, 80 catching. Again, we know what Landon Collins does. It's everything. Now for the Jets, we're going to look at Matt Forte because, again, this is just my opinion. You guys can agree or disagree with me. But let me know what you think in the comments. I thought this card was going to be a bit better, or at least I thought when it came to receiving. When I think of Matt Forte, I think of, one of the better receiving backs in the NFL, but his receiving stats are actually extremely subpar. And looking at another running back, this time Marshawn Lynch, beast mode from the Oakland Raiders, 83 speed, which actually is pretty decent compared to other power running backs. But 88 truck, 88 stiff arm. Now one thing I've learned about Eagles fans is they love Jordan Hicks, rightfully so. The dude's a beast, 88 overall, 78 speed, a little low. But if you look at like his MUT ratings, which really doesn't mean anything, but they gave him a 99 coverage, and the reason why they did that is because, well, can we stop being blue? There we go. 85 man coverage, 89 zone, obviously extremely good. And the best day one running back in the game, or at least when it comes to core elites, is going to be no other than Le'Veon Bell, 90 overall. One thing I've heard when it comes to gameplay this year is once a player breaks like 90 when it comes to a certain attribute, they have like better animations. So for example, 89 stiff arm, he's pretty much going to get the same stiff arm animations as everyone else. But if they gave him a 90, then he would have like, elite stiff arm animations. Not sure how much of a difference that makes, but I'm just surprised they didn't give him like other 90 stats other than like ball carrier vision, which does nothing for you. Now when it comes to the San Francisco 49ers, I love watching Navarro Bowman. Like, I don't care what team you root for. Like, Navarro Bowman's just one of those players you like respect. So I was curious to see what his card was going to be. In 86 overall, looking at the stats, pretty good. 88 hit power, 89 pursuit, 88 tackle. Looking at another quarterback, we got Russell Wilson, and it's pretty much what you'd expect. Now, 80 speed, some people are like, that should be higher, but 83 excel, and then 86 agility for like quarterbacks is actually extremely good. And then looking at his passing stats, you know, nothing too good, but then again, like nothing bad. And then that 89 throw on the run, that's actually, you know, one of the best in the game. And then we got that monster from Tampa Bay, Mike Evans, 89 overall. I was almost thinking like they were gonna give him a 90. Now, looking at his speed, 82, some people are gonna be like, 82 speed, that's not good, but look at the rest of the card. He's 6'5", 225, 88 jump, 70 run blocking, which is extremely good. He's got 89 catch in traffic, 90 spec catch, 91 release. And I think this card right here is going to have people going at it in the comments. There are some people saying this overall was deserved. There's a lot of people saying the overall wasn't deserved. Now, looking at the card, he's got 81 speed, which I believe like is one of the best for quarterbacks. We saw Russell Wilson with an 80. His excel and agility, 83, okay. We saw, you know, Russell Wilson at 86. His throwing stats are actually like trash. That seems disrespectful. Like, I didn't see any problems with him when it came to, you know, throwing the ball short. Now, I only saw Mariota play like 5 or 6 times last year. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I didn't see, you know, some of his bad performances, but this is definitely a card. I want to hear your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. And then last but not least, this gosh dang video has been going on forever. We got Josh Norman, 87 overall, 82 speed, pretty much, you know, what you'd expect from a Norman card. The rest of his stats kind of make up for it. 83 catching is good. 82 spec catch is very good. So, you know, he's not someone you're going to want to put like one-on-one against Brandon Cooks because he's probably going to get beat deep. But if you play him in like, you know, deep zones, or if you're putting him against, you know, say Mike Evans, the card seems decent. And guys, that is going to wrap it up for the video. I know some of you guys, you know, like these videos where I kind of give my opinions and show you guys the ratings. I know some of you don't enjoy these videos. Regardless, there's only so much we can do for Madden 18. Looking at all this definitely got me excited. If you guys are excited, be sure to hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new around here. And until next time, I will see you guys later. Peace out.